Alright, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you're from. And real quick before we get started, as always, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for your guys' constant generosity and support to me as always. It really means a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. And if you guys are actually interested in becoming a lovely commander yourself, if you are interested in any of these cute and lovely emotes, the loyalty crown badges, if you want a special role in the Discord, make sure to join the Discord. But as always, if you choose to do so, thank you so much. Just remember, that's not the only way that you can support me. Just watching the content like you are right now is truly the best way. Liking, subscribing, and commenting, everything really does help, so thank you guys so much. And for today's video, back from my little break, seems everyone has already found a consensus with Snow White, but I want to make sure I do a little bit of my own yapping as well to talk about her, because she is phenomenal. But as always with these type of videos, I always like to break it down by talking about the income and timing type of account that you have. I also like to talk about, the waifu aspect, but that's always subjective, but I do love to talk about it. Then I love to talk about the testing, the skills, the equipment, and everything. So timestamps wherever you want to go down below, but let's get started. And honestly, right now is kind of an interesting time because this is a limited character. This is definitely going to be one of those characters where it's a must pull. But I do feel like if you have to toss up and you have to decide and you only have enough for one copy between her and Rappy, I can argue that Rappy would probably be the better pick for you, just because she can be a B1, and depending on how it goes during your match, if that B1 dies, you can honestly have Rappy, after the cooldown resets, become a B1. I think that's really flexible, and she's dual element and really strong. Still pretty good in neutral content as well. So all around, if you have to pick one, I do think Rappy is the better pick, but Snow White is a phenomenal New Year's unit. New unit as well, and just all around just doing so damn good. Really happy how she was performing in Union Raid hard mode and all of my testing as well. And then honestly, look, I'm not even going to talk about this guaranteed recruit. I think this thing is garbage. If you are going to spend your money, go for SBS, but I mean anything else I can't recommend. But yes, I do think that other than the Rappy fiasco, I think it's worth pulling at least one copy. I don't think it's ever worth going for MLB unless you really want to, you're a whale, or you're just really competitive. But I think we're at a point now where even one copy is fine. We have so many good characters that if you just have one copy of each and they're well built, that's more than enough to compete in solo raid for what you're trying to do. So I don't think it's that bad. But other than that, let's talk about the waifu aspect. And I kind of went all out for her. She is one of my top units now. I'm actually level 619 now, so I finally used all my core dust since I catched up with story and hard mode, so pretty happy with that, but that took a minute. So yeah, she is pretty maxed out here, but looks wise, I think she looks fantastic. I do like her new look. Me personally, I do like her face. I think it's really cute. Looks fantastic. Great belly and great thighs. Looking really fantastic, honestly, and I love her weapons. It's just really badass, in my opinion. I love how they did her character, and even like, the cover pose, like, we got some good thighs, you know what I mean? Some good thighs. I fuck with it a lot. I like it. I like how she looks. And we got some good jiggle here, alright? Like, the tape's getting in the way a little bit, but we got some good jiggle here. Like, I respect it. I fuck with it. We got some good JPS. So, it's not bad all around. And for a fantastic unit, can't really complain. As always, a cute looking chibi model as well to accompany her with the weapons and all. Cute, honestly. Really love them. So, hopefully, we see something come up more with surface content so we can take advantage of more of these models. But we'll see, But other than that, let's start talking, because I did max her out like I mentioned before. She is affection level 40. She has SR doll level 15 maxed out. I did MLB her personally. Got her OL level 5. And I'm gonna be honest, she is a very needy girl. Let's start talking equipment first. So, I think it's worth going all the way if you can for OL gear, just because she's an attacker, she's going to do a lot more damage. Obviously, elemental attack is going to be the way to go. If you could get one max ammo, hey, that's good enough. Maybe more if you want. Charge damage is also pretty good as an alternative. I got really lucky with my rolls here. I got elemental, some hit rate here, and some attack. Might re-roll that just to get some max ammo. I'll think about it. And then the second one, I got charge damage, blue line, some elemental, and some max ammo here. So, can't really complain about this line. Some more elemental and attack and charge damage here. More elemental, blue line attack, and a defense line. I would want to swap that defense line, but it's on third line. But, like, I don't want to deal with the RNG of dealing with the third line. Honestly, I do not care. So I'm very content with this being my final version of her. I had like 45 rocks saved up and they all went away for that. So worth it, honestly. I think it's really good. Skills wise, unfortunately, she's also going to be a needy girl in this department. This is definitely going to be a character where minimum, it's definitely going to be a 7-7-7 type of character, if not 10-10-10. Unfortunately, when it comes to a lot of these units that are like this, going all the way seems to be par for the course. So hopefully you have the material saved up for it. If not, hopefully we get some resets, not all the way to the half Annie, but I suspect it's probably going to take until then before we get any, because it took so long before, which is a shame, but it is what it is. So do keep in mind that a lot of her kit, the reason why you want to go all the way is just because everything has something to go for it. Because we have some damage taken here, albeit just a little bit here. We got more final attack damage, and then her skill 2, a lot of attack. She gains pierce, damage to parts, more attack, and then charge damage going up. And then following that with her burst, her attack damage obviously going up even more is kind of crazy with more final attack as damage. So all around, every part of her kit is just giving her more buffs to do more damage. So you're definitely going to want to go all in, seeing some amazing things with her, and I cannot wait to see how she performs in this upcoming solo raid. Cube wise, this is where it gets a little bit interesting, because I think we're at a point now where the Pierce cube has started becoming the only other meta cube compared to all the other cubes in this game. But she is a slow girl, so I definitely think resilience or your highest level cube is going to be the standard way to go. But if you really don't want to deal with that and you want to go with an alternative, the Pierce cube is definitely going to be your friend. I'm waiting until I'm level 10 before I start making that a viable alternative, just at least so I can hit that level 10 mark and feel good about it. But other than that, I am maxed out with my Bastion and Resilience cube, so those are my highest level cubes. One day, I'll get that Pierce cube to the highest level, and I can have an alternative, especially for units like Doro, Red Hood, and stuff. So we'll see one day, but that is an alternative that you can use as well if you're interested, so just keep that in mind. But other than that, let's start talking about testing a little bit. And even though I wasn't recording, I did record my Union Raid hard mode and my stats that I did when I used a Snow White team. So we'll be talking about that, some Harvester runs, and then a neutral content team that I totally stole from Sephi. Thank you, Sephi, you're the GOAT. So like I mentioned, this is actually coming from my Union Raid hard mode, obviously for the water enemy. I forgot which one it was, but I was using Crown, Snow White, Little Mermaid, Doro, Serendipity, and also using E-Leg here. And kind of interesting, obviously Crown here is a really big help for Snow White, just because when it comes down to teams, she helps with reloading. Like I said, Snow White can be a slow girl, so this really benefits her in the long run. But Snow White is doing 8.5 billion, Doro doing 5.6 billion. There is a bit of a difference in terms of actually investment and also more dupes for Snow White compared to Doro. So do keep that in mind, but also my E-Leg was also taking a few of her bursts for Doro. I think it was 1 or 2 bursts that she took over when she reached her 13 ghosts, but still doing really, really good. Crazy amount of damage that she's just outputting, especially getting help from Crown. And it's just fantastic. So all around, really solid performance that I saw during the hard mode run. And then following that, we did Harvester. Same team though, same team that we ended up using here. But Snow White was doing 2.8 billion. Doro Serendipity was doing 1.4 billion. E-Leg getting close to 1 billion. I think Doro, once again, would have had a little bit more, but she took one of her bursts to do a little bit of damage, so just keep that in mind. But still, really fantastic results here. Obviously, investment is going to be accounted for here, but still really fantastic for what she's providing. And then I wanted to do a quick comparison with showing off my Quincy, because my Quincy is really well built here. She just has better OL gear, but still, Snow White still doing around 2.8. She just did like a little bit more, but still 2.8 billion would be the normal mark here. Quincy doing 1.3, getting close to 1.4 billion. So on the par, close to Doro. So not bad at all. E-Leg just did a little bit more, going from 939 million to doing 1 billion. So not bad at all. Still really solid performance. And I cleared Harvester, just FYI. With all of this, I cleared Harvester. So this is now another team that I'm able to clear Harvester no problem with, which was nice. I just have to be careful a little bit so Harvester doesn't target some of your enemies, but not bad overall. And then I did one interesting team with the neutral content, stealing this from Sephi just because I thought it was really interesting. really cool to see that because of the help from the maids for Snow White, she's able to keep up somewhat and do 3.7 billion. Little Mermaid doing 2.7 billion. Obviously, this is her element. Same thing with Scarlet Black Shadow doing 5.3 billion. So really fantastic stuff here. I think overall I understood what they were going to go for with their kit, honestly. She's a fantastic unit, and it's a New Year's unit. They're not going to botch it. They really don't want to fuck it up. So we really haven't had to worry about that for a hot minute, so it's not bad. Let's just not talk about Sora. But still, do let me know how you feel about Snow White. Are you warming up to her? Do you like her? Do you like her performance? Let me know. Are you pulling for any of the costumes? Let me know. But that is going to be it for me, so I hope you guys have a lovely day, lovely night wherever you're from, and as always, thank you so much for the constant support. Take care, and have a good one.